So you've just received your brand new residual income training simulator in the mail. Now it's time to unpack it and make sure that all the parts are here. To unpack your simulator, simply remove one end cap and then pour the contents out onto an open table. Now sometimes, because the printing is new on these tubes, sometimes the game board will stick. And so to do that, you can kind of work the game around so that it will unstick from the sides of the tube. And then you're able to pull that out and spread out the game board. All right. After you've spread out the parts of the simulator, then you want to make sure that all the parts are present. And so your game should, of course, have the tube, should have a game board, should have a calculator, should have 2 player pads, should have instructions, should have 4 pencils, a stack of money, it should have 4 player tokens, 2 dice in a cloth player bag, and it should have 7 player cards. These player cards are profession, prospecting, team building, practice, personal improvement, key opportunity, and chance. If all these parts are present, then everything's included with your game. When you're setting up your player cards, or getting ready to set them up, you'll notice that each one is contained in a protective Ziploc type of bag. And so you want to make sure that when you pull on these that you don't rip them so that you can reuse it. And so you want to carefully open those and then remove your card decks. Then each card deck goes on its corresponding space on the board. And so you just take a moment and you can place your prospecting cards, your team development cards, your personal improvement cards, the practice decks, profession cards just stay on the side, key opportunity decks, and the chance deck. Then you'll notice that the player tokens then can be placed on the start square, and keep your dice out. And then of course you don't need your baggie anymore, and of course you have your pencils that you want to sharpen. We just set the profession deck to the side. Everything you're not using can be put back in the tube, like your extra items that you're not using. Have an extra player cards you can put away. Next, you'll want to set up your money and establish a bank for the play of the game. Now, each of these denominations of money has a little separator in it that helps you keep track of the different bill sets. After your money is set up, now you're ready to make sure that every player has a player card. And you would remove these from the tablet and place them for each person. Up to 4 people can play the game. We find that it's best if you have about 3 people playing the game on each end of a table. But at this point, you make sure that everyone has a player card. And that's how you set up the Residual Income Business Building Simulator.